So, a new game is coming this year, and with its new gameplay trailer, I believe this game is going to be better than what we recently received this year. Now let's see what this game offers than those two disasters. Well damn, if the game is like this, then why wouldn't you want to play it? A space marine fighting against tyrannid hordes, and not to mention co-op play. Play with your friends and purge the Xeno scum off this world! So, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 seems like a great and fun game to be excited about playing. Now, what about the prequel of the game, Warhammer 40k Space Marine? Is it a good game? Well, the short answer is yes. Yes, the game is an absolute great game. A fun game where you are the justified one-man army against the hordes of greenskins. Orcs got nothing on Titus. Titus is a goat. You hear me?
It's the goat! The goat!
So you read the title, right? So Warhammer 40k Space Marine is a great game in my opinion because it lets you be a badass. The badass with the sword, or should we say, a freaking chainsword. You cut off all orcs in your way, slice them, and tear them up apart, because it's just very satisfying to do so. And I can just repeat the same thing over and over again, and that I will never get tired of doing these executions because they're just very satisfying to watch as I butcher them all down. Oh, do you think you will only use a chainsword in this game? Not in this game, kid. You get a knife that you will use in the beginning. And well, yeah, just use it in the beginning. And well, multiplayer is a thing where you can wield a knife. But why use a knife when you can use a power axe? Yes, a power axe. This baby is able to do more than slicing, because you can slice every hordes of orcs with great skills in cutting off every last one in your way while looking all badass. And well, you see, it is also my second favorite melee weapon in this game. And well, there are only 4, but yeah, that's my second best choice of weapon. So the first place of my chosen weapon, and is the one to be introduced the last, is the Thunder Hammer. So this powerful hammer is the best choice of weapon for crowd control. So if you ever see yourself in a tight situation where you are cornered and surrounded by your enemies, then trust in Mjolnir and unleash the power of the hammer in the name of the Emperor, the God Emperor of mankind, the one true God of the world. And if you dare to disagree with me, then I shall declare you a heretic, and will do this to you, you filthy heretic! Okay, so you might think that this game is just a hack and slash game, whereas the word says you slash your way out of the enemy hordes and bathe in their blood. Yummy blood is so delicious. Ahem. Anyways, you can also shoot die enemies with your bolter gun, and oh boy, this baby is able to kill loads of your enemies with ease, and it's just a perfect fitting weapon for a space marine. But there's more. Do you think that this game only has one gun for you to use? Well now, you're in for a treat because I'll be introducing these weapons to you. Okay, so first of all, the first gun you would use in your first start in the game is a bolter pistol, and well, it serves as a secondary for you that is mixed in well with your melee weapon. Now we have the Stalker Bolter. It serves as a sniper rifle or a sniper bolter if you prefer that. You can snipe your enemies from afar, or if you are like me, you can also shoot your enemies close range and point blank. Now we have the Vengeance Launcher. This one serves as a sticky grenade launcher. It's accurate and very reliable when dealing against your enemies. Just shoot it over to your enemy and it'll stick to them. And with that, it'll be up to you to detonate it whenever you want. Next, we have the Melta Gun. It is a powerful weapon indeed that vaporizes any enemy in your sight. And well, using this is very useful that if you see yourself having a horde of orcs charging at you, then use this gun to wipe out all of them and clear your way. Okay, then next we have the las cannon. Think of it as the one-shot in Gears of War. It acts as a one-shot sniper rifle against your enemies. Although it takes more to kill when against bigger and stronger enemies, but still, it is a very powerful weapon that should never be underestimated. Next, we have the plasma weapons. The plasma pistol, a replacement for your bolter pistol, and is much more stronger than the bolter pistol. We also have the plasma rifle, or plasma gun as it says. It is just like the plasma pistol, but much more stronger. They can both hold their shots to fire a powerful blast. Lastly, we have the storm bolter. Well, from what I know, it is a weapon that the Terminators would use, and with that bolter in your hand, you can fire the bolter with faster firing rate than your regular bolter. It's satisfying to use and could get the job done quickly, as I'm able to kill demons in just seconds of this. Baby! Now I introduce you to the jetpacks. Well, I had fun using jetpacks in this game, cause not only can you get up high, but you can also cause damage to your enemy when you decided to strike them from above. Blam! Now that is cool. I really like this gameplay and would always like to get up and strike the enemies to stun, and if they are still alive, then you can just do it again and cause death from above. Also, the reason why I like this so much is because you have the ability to freely move around to where it is supposed to be unreachable for you without your jetpack. So, still not satisfied? Well, what if I can tell you that you can unleash your fury against your enemies with a boost that increases your damage and more? Well, here we have the Fury. After picking up the Purity Seal that you will obtain in drop pods that are scattered over to places for titles you obtain, and once you obtained it, then be prepared to become more of a badass than you are. Activating the Fury gives you health regen, increase your damage that will turn you into an unstoppable space marine, as no enemy can stop you as you destroy your enemies in the name of the Emperor! Also, you can slow time by using your long-range weapon. By pressing the aim button, you will get the time to shoot your enemies in slow motion. Oh, I forgot to mention this, as it is satisfying to do these executions against your enemies and be covered in their blood. Blood. Blood for the blood for the Emperor! It is also necessary for you to do these executions because it also brings your health back. Doing these executions help you to receive more health to survive the battle against your enemies instead of depending on your shield armor, as it'll take time for it to be regenerated. So yes, do these executions because it is necessary and also very satisfying to do so. Okay, so lastly, before I go tell the game's story to you guys, the enemy variety of this game is just so good and very well done, as there are lots of enemies for you to fight, lots of different types of enemies with different fighting style. Orcs either going full berserking melee mode on you, then orcs with long-range weapons like guns and missile launchers, the small fry Gretchen that is just your average grunt, just like in Halo.
Boo.
The big orc boys that are very much so to take more damage to deal with and are stronger than your average orc. There are also some chaos armies to fight against, such as the Chaos Marines, Chaos Demons, and Chaos Cultists. So yes, this game is surely full of surprises and has so much to bring for us to simply have fun playing the game and to strategize with how to deal with these enemies as we play, and so I like it a lot. Even the boss fights in this game is much more better than some games, as the game actually does well with defeating the orc boss with its cool boss fight. The last boss fight is a QTE gameplay to where you beat the crap crap out of this heretic and show him who's the boss. And well, at least it doesn't end with just one press of a button. Okay, so let us talk about the story. The story is really simple. You play as Captain Titus of the Ultramarines, my main man, accompanied by our relic of a gem, Sedonus, and Leandros, whom I assume is a newbie recruit who is still learning the ropes of being a space marine, with simply willing to bring out the Codex Astartes to Titus. And well, let's say I am disappointed in him for what he did at the end, and that I am not willing to spoil it for you guys. We also met Lieutenant Mira, who is in charge with the defense of the planet we are in, and is in command of the Imperial Guards Regiment, and very much so a great help to Titus and his brothers. So the story starts with the planet being invaded by the orcs, and with the Imperium discussing on what to do with the planet. They sent in the Ultramarines to save the planet and to protect the Warlord Titan from orc hands. There will be times when they'll have to do some side quest after side quest whilst they're on their way to their objective, but would have to focus on more to the other problem, a big problem, because
Looks like there's been a change of plan.
when the armies of chaos invaded the planet, it is up to the Ultramarines to stop chaos and to save the planet. The story is all good, as it is consistent and doesn't go far away from their main objective. And of course, it did more to introduce to us about the Space Marines, the Imperial Guards, and their willingness to defend the planet till death, as it is till their death does duty ends. The setting of the game is really amazing, in my opinion, and the atmosphere does tell a story with the war-torn world of the planet in its destructive state, with the sounds of war weapons firing, as it is war in the planet. Whilst as you venture more, you'll see loads of guardsmen corpses telling us that there has been a battle here, and these are the casualties of the battle, the massacre of the guards. I also like how the Titan looks, as it is the Imperium's strongest and valuable weapon, the Warlord class Titan. As just by its name, Titan, it's freaking big, very big. I won't be telling much more about the story of the game, as I don't want to spoil you guys much about it and ruin the fun for you if you ever want to play the game, so that'll be enough for today. So overall, the story is great. The single player is what you're supposed to be looking forward to when playing this game, as like I said earlier, this is a great, fun game. I won't be talking about the online multiplayer, as there aren't any people left to play online in this game, but still, a must to try a game. If you're a fan of Warhammer 40k, this game is still better than these two abominations. So, if you ever want to consider what game to buy, then take a look at Warhammer 40k Space Marine. That's all for today's video. This is my first time ever making this kind of content with game review, as I hope I did well, and hope you enjoyed watching me explain to you guys why I love this game. Well, take care guys and gals. I hope you are doing well over there, and stay safe with love.